Hey John, I was just wondering if you ever seen a gun like this. I used to play cowboys and Indians, and these guns right here were made of metal, and I just loved them as a kid. They had a little popper roll that you could put in them, and it'd make them pop. And I'd always love to take and put them in my pocket like this right here, and act like I was shooting them. And then I could take and do this, and then go back into the holster. Do you want to play draw?
What are we drawing?
No. See, when as a kid right there, we would play draw. We would take and pull the little fake gun out and see who was the fastest at pulling the gun out. You want to try?
Sure, I guess. Where's my gun?
Oh, just use your hands. You know, maybe point like a gun or something like that. Just use your hands. Okay? And we got to figure out who's the fastest. Okay?
Sure.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. All right. And now I got to do a countdown.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 3, 2, 1, draw. Oh, Jesus Christ! What did you do that for?
Don't play with guns.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to We Can Fix It, to where if we work together we can fix just about anything. Today on We Can Fix It, we're going to be working on some of my handguns. Well, not really fixing anything, just kind of doing a general cleaning of the handguns. We're going to also be showing off more of the rifles and stuff that I have. I don't have too many weapons, but I do have some, and I'm just going to show you the procedures I go through to clean them. Alright, so the first gun I'm going to clean, which like I said, I'm kind of, broke. So I had to buy this gun for $100 because it's an old Western style gun and I really, really love it. It is the Heritage 22. I love this gun. It is just like I think it was called a Colt 45. And it does the exact same thing that the 45 and all does. It has... I just love that sound. I just love it. It just sounds so neat. Alright, and on this gun, it has a safety right here. So you'll pull this back, flip that up. The original guns did not have this back in the old Western days, but they put this safety on this newer brand gun. I'm not big on the safety, but I understand it because a weapon like this is real easy to just bump the trigger and make it hit the round. And all of my guns are already proven to be completely empty. And this one is a little bit simple to take apart. It ain't much to it. So first you have this little button you press right here. You slide the pin out, just a little pin, and then you open the side chamber, pull to the second notch, and falls right out. And that's pretty much it. Completely empty. And I'm not going to do too much, as I said, so what we are going to do is we're just going to take, I have some of these wipes, they're just an oil wipe, and I'm just going to wipe down the gun a little bit. I rarely shoot my guns. We are planning on going shooting again, so hopefully we will bring you along with us and you get to see us shoot some guns. But this gun, just like the others, just rarely gets shot.
It's really fun to shoot though.
We clean them more than we shoot them, believe it or not. So they are some really, really clean guns. Now this is from back in the old Western days. If you can look right here, when the barrel is in line and you have this door kicked open, that's what ejects the cartridges. They don't come all out as one. You have to forcefully move them out of the way. Sometimes you can pick the gun up like this, they'll fall out. But normally when you shoot them, the bullet expands and they get stuck up in there, and that's what this rod's for, is just to knock them out. Just kind of a cheap fix to get the bullets out. Open that up. There should be a 22 cleaner in there. I just want to have the cloth is all I need.
22.
Yeah, just need the cloth.
This?
Is that one 22?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't need to have nothing really as far as to clean the barrel with at the moment. Let's see, what's this? Oh, no, I don't want that. I'll probably use them in a second.
Okay. I'll keep one out.
So I'm just taking this and I'm just putting it down into these the barrel here, just to clean out the barrel a little bit. Well, not barrel, but can't think of the name of it. Chamber. Chambers. Just trying to stop our guns from rusting away. I love this gun though, I really do. When I got it home, you can ask John, I had it apart like this and I was just listening to the sucker click. Just like this. Like, you don't really hear that in a movie no more, because old Western guns have that sound to it, that click, click, and then double click. Normally you'll have weapons that have 2 to 3 clicks when you try to load them. But these old school revolvers just had such a unique sound to them that I was really drawn to as a kid. And I'm still drawn to them today. Alright. That is pretty much it. It's harder to try to show this off than it is to just sit here and do it by myself. Because now I've got somebody else I just can't point the gun at, you know? Because you don't point a gun at something you don't intend to kill. That's the rule. My eyes, guns are like a vehicle. Alright, I kind of reference everything to a vehicle because it is so referenceable. Anyway, so you drive your car down the road. You're going down the road, and it is your choice not to drive off onto a sidewalk and run over the people walking down the sidewalk. Right? They are entrusting that you know what you're doing and you're not going to go completely postal and do something out of the blue and hurt people. That's the same thing with weapons. An empty weapon is not going to hurt anybody. That gun sitting on the table is not going to jump up and shoot nobody. But it takes a person that is willing to do such a thing. That's what causes situations like that. And it's unfortunate that people go to the extreme to do stuff like that. But you always practice gun safety because you can accidentally hurt somebody with it. Just like you can accidentally have a wreck or something in your car. And you might be doing 65 and a 45 and not even realize it. It's an accident. People have accidents with weapons all the time. Like they'll go hunting, you might accidentally shoot yourself in the foot. People have done that before. But it's safe practices that ensure your safety and the safety of others. Just like driving a car, safe practices. You need to ensure your safety and the safety of everybody else on the road, on the sidewalk, everywhere else. So, that is number one done. And I'm going to set that off to the side over here. This one is a little bit different. So this is I can think of a Fenix Arms 25. These guns are notorious for not being able to shoot anything within 5 foot of you. They don't have any aim to them. You literally can't hit anything with them. You get one every once in a while that you may be able to use as a viable weapon, but most of the time they are not. These right here, I mean, they're good for personal protection, but as far as just going out and doing sport with them or anything of that nature, I mean, they're worthless. Let's see here. Okay, so this gun, when you take it apart, is a little bit different. So these guns didn't have much for safety on them. They have one little, you see that? They have one little tab right there you can push up for safety. But that's it. That's all there is for safety on this weapon. The weapon is clear. Double check the barrel. Weapon's clear. This is clear. There is no bullets in it. And unfortunately, you have to discharge the pin before you can take this weapon apart. And the reason is for 2 reasons. Number one, that pin has a spring in front of it. And that spring will shoot that pin clean across the room like a rocket. And with that spring all the way pulled by the firing pin pulled all the way back, that spring is compressed. And it's very, very difficult to get this thing apart with that spring compressed. So we're going to need to have something that can press the spring. Maybe this will do it, I don't know. And we're going to have to put the gun down like so. You're going to have to take something, and this is actually for most handguns, if you didn't know this, if it has this pin in the back that you can press. Most handguns are made just like this. You press that pin in, and then you take and lift up on it and cover that pin so that way it don't rock it out. There's your rear spring. There's that pin. Now we can slide this forward. Here's your front pin, front spring. And your firing pin. There you go. And that's it. I mean, these are super simple to take apart. And like I said, if your gun has that little pin in the back, chances are it's made just like this. As far as takedown. Hopefully it's not made like this as far as function. God almighty, these things. Put it like this. I could be, and this is since it was new, I could probably be maybe 15, 20 steps away from something and aim for the center of it and be off about that far from the center. That far. These guns are notorious, and they never hit the same place twice. They are also notorious if you have this 2-spring system like this. These springs wear out and they'll stay compressed. So you have to just take, and you have to work them, and you have to take these springs and you have to pull them back out a little bit, so that way that they can cycle through the bullets without hanging the bullets up. And I've had to do this a lot. And you don't just, you ain't got to pull them too awful bad. From sitting, they'll stay collapsed for a long time, and the springs just lose their tension from staying collapsed that long. All right. Compressed, not collapsed. Compressed. See, I'm having a hard time with words again today. This gun doesn't need to be oiled. I oiled it a while back. So I'm just going to take and wipe it down, get some of the dust off of it. I'll run the cleaner through it a little bit and see if I can't. Is there a small one over there? Or is it just this one? It's just this one, I believe. Let's see if this one will. Yeah, this one will work. Alright, so I'm just going to slide this in there just to kind of clean it up a little bit. What you do?
Messing with the bottle.
Okay.
So this goes to.
I'm going to take this and run it down the back of this chamber. That's where your firing pin rides, is up in through this little chamber here. I'm just going to run this up in there a little bit just to kind of clean it out a little bit. Okay. So how we put this back together is real simple. You just drop the firing pin back in, like so. There you go. And then the big one goes on the back. And you see I pulled it apart, decompressed it, and then you can see it sits out a little bit further. If we decide to fire it, it will cycle like it's supposed to. You have your smaller one, goes up front, slides right in. Again, sticking up just a little bit past where it needs to be. And putting it together is just the same as taking it apart. Slide it in, it slots into place. Oh no! There it goes. Slide it into place. And now this. Ooh. I made a boo-boo. I didn't do it. Whatever John tells you, it's a lie. I may have, just possibly, may have put this gun together backwards. It pays it for you to pay attention whenever you're working on a weapon and putting it back together, because you might be watched by an unknown amount of people, and they might critique you when you start putting this weapon back together incorrectly. Alright, there we go. And that's it. Now these, this style weapon, you can see here there is no pin right there at the moment. So when you pull, you hear that click, that pin is back there again. So now it's ready to fire. And as I said, there's no real safety except for this, so
Be safe.
that is my Fenix 25. It was given to me by my grandmother. And when she passed away, the gun was gifted to me. The this one right here, the Heritage, I bought myself, and I was right proud of that because I really wanted to have an old school style revolver. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, whoever else is watching or not watching, I have one last gun for you. Technically it's a gun, technically it's not. Depends on who you ask. To me it's a gun. It is. John, you want to come over here?
Yep.
Oh. Stand right here, there you go. So, I bought this off of a gentleman. This is a reproduction of a 45 caplock gun, and it is in beautiful condition. That's the only reason I bought it. And when I showed it to my boy, he flipped out because it looks like Assassin's Creed. So it came with this. It came with this for the gunpowder, and it has gunpowder in it. We are going to fire it sooner or later. It came with this, which I also purchased, which is an old flute, and I have yet to see one, but maybe one of you can help me on this, on finding where it came from. But you can see it comes with notes, all that good stuff for you to learn how to play.
Different songs and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And we are going to ensure that this weapon is going to be cleaned. So, at the moment, the weapon, let's see if it's empty. It is. Which it really can't do nothing without the percussion cap in there anyway. It needs to have some means. So how you use one of these is you cock it all the way back. This back trigger doesn't really do anything at the moment. You have to pull the first trigger, and that's what sets it. That's the safety for it. This second trigger now can be pressed, and it will be fired. So that's how you use one of these. It's pretty simple. It's just you have a safety trigger. This is also a safety, is that half cock right there. And so that helps out as well. Alright, so let's move. Now the weapon can actually come out into many pieces. Well, I say many, but not that many. You can push this pin out right here, and I think you can take a screw out. Yes, it's this screw right here out, and this entire setup right here will just slide right off. Am I going to do it today? No, not today. But we will be doing it later because I want to learn how to take it apart. And part of learning is doing. So, but today we're just going to clean it. I have been told I need to do more fix-it material on my channel. So, I will be doing that. But it comes later on because naturally, as you work on stuff, you know, I did not notice this. Because I'm cleaning it. See the tip turn?
Ah, so the barrel's
It's rifled.
Yeah.
I thought it was smooth. You don't want to look down the barrel. So I thought it was smooth, but now that I'm actually doing this and seeing the spin, I can tell that it's rifled. So that's pretty cool. Let's do this back in here. Alrighty, and we're gonna take this and we're just gonna wipe it down a little bit with it to kind of make sure we don't let it rust. Because I kind of like this thing. I say kind of, doggone, I really like this thing. I want to shoot it, and the boy wants to shoot it. Now, I'm not really knowledgeable in the black powder weapons, so I really don't know much about black powder. What I do know is, if I like it, I'm going to at least make an attempt to purchase the weapon. And if given the opportunity, I will learn. Just like me and the boy are going to fire this weapon. Not in this episode, later on. We're going to fire most of them, actually.
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. I do have, though, something that we are going to go fire today. And I'm going to bet you $100, John, that you cannot hit the target at the end, at the very end, at the furthest end of the gun range. I'm going to bet you $100 you cannot hit that.
Okay.
Now shake on that.
Does that mean I have to pay you 100 if I lose?
No, I'll pay you 100 if you hit it, and you pay me 100 if you lose.
Well, yeah, the thing is I don't have 100.
Well, you'll have to work it off. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Deal.
I'll meet you at the gun range. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whoever's watching, I really do appreciate you watching. This is just showing how I clean some of my guns, some of my weapons. And hopefully, if you use guns or if you plan on getting guns in the future, remember to stay safe with them and treat them as they are, weapons. And remember, if we work together, we can fix just about anything. Son of a gun.
I want my money by the time we get home.
No, that was unfair. I want to redo. Okay? I don't think that I think I was luck. I seriously, I don't think you did what you did. I think it was luck.
Luck or not, that $100 is mine.